Hey, Steve Zook, Steve Zook here. Welcome back to Pokesoo Channel and Guitar Ladder System. Hey, I want to do Cycle 77. I wrote this single note study, gosh, probably 30 years ago. I still practice it. When you have some great material that really enforces musical ideas, some people have called this lick like a musical waterfall. It's great to practice it a lot. You don't have to practice it fast. If you practice it slow and clean, you're always building technique. People don't realize that, but if you even just go like this, you're building technique, okay? People don't realize it, but even just playing nice and slow and clean, you're building technique. So I usually break up Cycle 77, the single note monster, I call it the monster arpeggio lick. I break it up into 3 sections. The first section is the major 7. Okay. Now, one of the things I discuss, and I'm the only one I've ever heard discuss this, and I know I'm kind of bragging a little bit, but I really don't think there's anything out there even close to my Guitar Ladder System because of the ideas I present. One of the ideas is phrase memory. You learn to think of a musical idea as the whole idea, not just as the separate parts of it. Of course, this takes a little bit of time, but as you practice it, even when you just start to practice, as opposed, when you're first working it out, of course, you're kind of, focused on each section, right? But then try to think of that all as one. Once you get it under your fingers and kind of get it rolling around your head a little bit, think of that as one idea. You can even hear the difference in it, you know what I mean? Because you're kind of and it doesn't have to be fast, okay? So that's the first part of this study 77, this single note study. I kind of call it a monster, lick, or maybe I should call it the waterfall lick. I think that's a better name, the waterfall lick. So that's the first part, right? Second part, which I love, and I've used on fusion pieces, and this idea just really transposes and really kind of transforms into lots of things. Now, I like to mute that just because I think it's good for my right hand, okay? You don't have to mute it. But what's nice about this, I think it has a certain Bach type quality, the way I'm putting together, major 7 arpeggios and dominant arpeggios and kind of coming down those with those ideas. It's creative, okay, and that's the whole idea. So that would be another section you would think of as, just think of that section. Okay. Okay, so that's the second section. The next section uses what I call kind of a 13 flat 9 idea. I don't have the chord in the lick, but I'm doing the chord so you can kind of hear how they go together. So that's... Now that's a great way, by the way, like if you ever want to get into a pentatonic or a bluesy sounding lick, what a great way to get in there, right? Now I'm doing this cold today for a reason, because I don't want to blaze through it. Not the easiest riff to do cold, obviously. So that would be the fourth part. Okay. That's a nice sound, huh? And then, I'm sorry, I mean that would be the 1, 2, that would be the third part. The last part would be this, the diminished section. Let's move the camera slightly for that. It's hard to always get the perfect angle here. Now sometimes I pull that off, like I'll go pull off there. Also practice it picking, okay? You want to practice it both ways. And again, I like to practice it muting because I think it helps build right hand technique. That's one of the reasons Al Di Meola has such a strong right hand, because he sits there and practices, placing accents is huge. I know this is kind of off, but learning to place accents will make you a monster single note player. It's what's a whole nother video, but anyway. So you have, here's the sections again. First, and that's just the major 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. You can do that slow when you first learn it. That's first section. Second section. Okay, that's kind of the waterfall part. I should just call this like the waterfall, waterfall lick, right? The next section 3 is the 13 flat 9 idea. Okay. Now, if you can stall that right here, it kind of makes it sound good. It's a little tricky, to be honest with you. Right here, kind of stall the fingers. And then again, I love, I always know a great guitar when I love the triple pickup. I don't play, Anyway, so then the last section is the diminished. Here I'm putting the accent, bam, bam, bam. Okay, so then the whole lick, I'm going to do it slow. Whoops. I'm still waking up here. I probably shouldn't be attempting this lick so early till I have a little more coffee in my body, right? But again, it's a great lick. I've been working on it for 30 years and still working on it. I tend to borrow ideas from it. If you go to SoundCloud, listen to my solo of Journey in Time, you can hear some ideas kind of that came from some of this and then morphed into something else. That 13 flat 9 is a great little thing. You can always double up on that. I don't have that written down. But there's so much you can do with diminish. So anyway, work on this monster lick. Let's call it the monster waterfall lick or the waterfall lick. Work on this lick in those 4 parts. First, second, okay, third, and the last section. And depending on where you're seeing this video, folks, if you're watching me play or maybe you sent for some free samples, I would really highly suggest you take advantage of the Guitar Ladder system. It's the real deal, folks. It works. Take care.